This is Rob talking about enterprise architecture again. Today I'm going to talk about software as a service. There are three parts to cloud applications and cloud development. Software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. I'm going to talk about those other two, just software as a service today. The key here to look at is how and when to use software as a service in your solutions development and design. I want to go through that today. I want to discuss it. I want to discuss also how you would validate that with the business. Now, first and foremost, software as a service is an outside company that provides access to an application, typically via a web interface. Almost always is a web interface, whether it be HTTPS or even JSON, it's still going to be using the internet as an interface. Now, when we look at this over time, this becomes very important. There are good times to use SaaS and not so good times to use SaaS. Now, I want to first talk about the fact that this is typically a very business point solution. And whereas the platform as a service and software as a service can be can be a point solution, but this software as a service is particularly so. We want to align it with the business. It's very important to align it with the business because remember, without the business, IT and architecture itself don't matter. Now, the key here to realize is the core competencies. If your application you're looking at as a SaaS addresses a core competency, I'm going to say don't use it for that. This one is SaaS really, it works best with non-core competencies. And the reason that is that with core competencies, there's going to be more data coming in and out. Let's take a look. Say you're a retail organization. As a retail organization, you're going to have customer resource management. It's going to be a big deal. Your inventory management, marketing, those are your big pieces. So your inventory application, for example, will be used by numerous other pieces to get real-time information on levels and usage and pieces that's going on inside the company. Therefore, you certainly wouldn't want that out in the cloud away from all your other applications. You would want it so that these would be closer to pull together. Now, again, I don't want to get into design of the APIs and tightly coupled versus not tightly coupled. But in this case, this is not a good fit. Now, so let's say, for example, what is a good fit? Well, there's a lot of different SaaS applications out there. Maybe it's for OSHA standards, payroll, different tax programs. Each one is specific to that. Now, the real beauty of this is you're going to leverage a company's expertise. So let's say, for example, I'm writing a new program on HR for payroll, and I'm looking at a SaaS solution. I would use three big arguments on why I would do this for the business case and for the functionality. And the first argument is a business, and this is aligning it with the business. When you decide, for example, in payroll, you want to use a SaaS solution, then you're going to try to say, I've got, say, 1,400 stores across 13 states. With that in mind, the laws between, say, Kansas and Missouri are different, but inside of Kansas, there may be 5 or 6 different municipalities for which each one has a different business rule, and therefore it changes. With this, you can hire a company out there to go out there and this is what they do. This is their expertise. They go out, they find the people who are really good at this. You don't have to develop this in-house, and there's not a legal liability. So that's my first argument, is that we do not have to do something that's outside of our business's competencies. The second is that they're going to maintain the platform. They're going to maintain the infrastructure. So now this is one less or two less or 5 or 10 less servers that you don't have to maintain the power. You don't have to maintain cooling. You don't have to do networking connections to. You certainly don't have to secure or license. And therefore, it's not in your hardware life cycle. It's none of those pieces. This is somebody else's problem. There's a beauty, a sheer beauty to both the business and to technology services when it's somebody else's problem. Beauty. Wonderful. So, and third is about the robustness. Look, if you talk to any of these software as a service companies, they're going to tell you how wonderful it is to not have to deal with the different types of, that they're robust, that they have numerous sites all over the globe. So if your one goes down, you still have that maintained ability. Also, scalability. Now, one thing I'm not going to talk about in this video is the service level agreements. This is very key whenever you're doing it, but it's part of vendor relations, and it's also part of the pieces in the negotiation contracts. What I'm wanting to answer here is when to use. So the third argument is, of course, going to be about the robustness and the fact that they handle scalability. You don't have to plan it out. You don't have to sit there and find your infrastructure system guy who's already got 95 things hitting him. He doesn't have to figure out how to scale that other piece. So this is the whole point of architecture. At the end of the day, this is why we do architecture, is to simplify and make an adequate decision that aligns with the business. Shouldn't be about the technology. It should be about how the business runs and how to make the business enabled. So the SaaS is going to address that. Now, just remember, guys, again, good architecture is simple, and so good architecture simplifies and does not mystify. If you like the video, hit like, tell other people about it, and let me know. Thank you.